What's going on, y'all? Peter Griffin here. So now that Zenless Zone Zero Season 3 has started, there has been a lot of discussion lately about both Sungringer and Remielle. And it has to do with their character designs, in which, let's be completely honest, both Remielle and Sunbringer's character designs are not good. And I'm not the only one who thinks that. I've seen a lot of people lately been calling out both of their designs as well, and I've been seeing some people say that their designs aren't even that bad, which I think is crazy. And I don't even get how people could genuinely think that, which is kind of worrying. But what I want to discuss today is why I don't like both Remielle and Sunbringer's current design. And I also want to show what other people think about their designs as well. So without a doubt, let's get started. So the first character we're going to start off with is Remielle, and to be completely honest, Remielle's design is not good in the slightest. And her design is honestly infuriating to look at as well because of how bad it is. And to be honest, I don't know how they botched her design originally, because back when she was shown in 1.0, her design wasn't all too bad, but then once they actually showed her real full design in 3.0, that's when things started to get bad. Because during 1.0, her outfit was genuinely good and she didn't even look all that bad, but then once they showed her full outfit in 3.0, it's really disappointing to see how much her character design devolved over 2 years. And I really think they should have kept her original design as well, in all honesty. Now let's actually take a look at both of her designs. Let's compare them. Now Remielle's original design I actually do think is good. I actually like it a lot more compared to just about a lot of the newer character designs, because her outfit genuinely looks good here, and overall just her character design looks better. The wings definitely look better as well. And the best thing about it doesn't look like complete garbage. And I honestly would have loved to see this design make it to the final version. But what we actually got for the final version is just genuinely laughable, and I don't even know what to say about it. Because what is this? This is actually laughable how bad they downgraded the design. And the fact that people actually like this is just horrible. Because you're telling me that this is supposed to be this? Like, this straight up looks like something out of an H game, and I think y'all know what I mean by when I say an H game. But I don't know what the ZZ devs were thinking when they thought that this finalized version was better than the old version. But overall, I think her black outfit is extremely garbage, and I think we were completely robbed from what we had envisioned of Remielle from before. And now onto her white outfit. Her white outfit just genuinely pisses me off as well, because they're obviously trying to go for the Angel Gunnerbait with her design, which I wouldn't necessarily have a problem with if it looked good, but here's the problem. It looks like garbage. And ZZ has done Gunnerbait designs before where they didn't look like complete garbage. Like, we've had Jane Doe, Bernice, and Evelyn, and all these designs, well, besides maybe Evelyn, they don't even look bad. They actually look good. While Remielle, on the other hand, both of her outfits, they are just trying way too hard to be Gunnerbait, and it's honestly pretty laughable. Like, if we look at what they're trying to do with her with this frame from her gameplay trailer, it's not even hot, if I'm gonna be completely honest. They're trying so hard to make her Gunnerbait, and they just end up failing. And it's honestly extremely hilarious to try and see the ZZ devs try to make Remielle Gunnerbait, but they just keep failing time and time again. And the thing I find funny the most is just how unoriginal her design is as well. Because here we have Alicia from Honkai Impact 3rd, where Alicia's design, I actually do like Alicia's design. I do think her design is actually pretty cool in my opinion. And if you just look at Remielle, I think the fact that they straight up took Alicia and just made her sluttier is crazy if you ask me, because that's what Remielle is. She's just a sluttier version of Alicia. And this isn't the first time that Hoyoverse has taken Alicia's design and just copied it, because they did this before with Siren and HSR. And to be honest, when they did this with Cyrene, I wasn't as mad, because Cyrene's design, in my opinion, isn't all that bad. I actually do think her design is good, even though she's a copy of Alicia. But compared to Remielle, it's leagues above better than that. And as the design by itself, even though it's a copy, I don't think it looks bad. I still think Cyrene's design is still pretty good. So overall, Remielle's design is really not good, and to be honest, you can call her design garbage, and I don't even think you're crazy for saying that. And it's honestly pretty funny how her design accomplishes at doing nothing, because she's not hot, which that is very evident. B, she's just not even original design as well. She's just a blatant copy of Alicia. And C, they're trying to make her Gunnerbait, and it's straight up not working as well. So she went 0 for 3 with that. That is genuinely wicked. And I know some people are going to question as to why I don't find Remielle hot, and the answer is very simple. Her character design is completely soulless. And if you find Remielle attractive, I don't even know what to say. That's good for you. Just keep that to yourself. Now, moving on to Sungringer, I think she was done much worse than Remielle, if you ask me. Because her original design right here looks extremely cool. Like, this was amazing. I would have loved to see this as her finalized design. This should have been Sungringer. Now, I'm going to play the clip for Sungringer's first appearance for her finalized design, and this scene is so funny that I think it might actually be the most unintentional funny scene in ZZZ.
So that's...
Sunbringer.
And this design is completely garbage. And I have no idea what the ZZ does were smoking when they thought that this finalized version was better than the original version that they had. And the fact that they tried to hype up Sungringer in that cutscene by giving her aura with that march, then they show the outfit that she's wearing and she loses all of it within a second because of how bad it looks. And it's why I will never ever take this cutscene seriously. But back to her character design, I don't know what they were thinking with this outfit because the cape still looks cool, the horns look fine, but her clothes, what are her clothes? They really gave her the Malvika clothes. Like, I genuinely don't know what to say about this. They just straight up gave her Malvika's fit, but they somehow made it worse. I didn't even think that was possible. Her outfit is straight up Malvika's outfit, except Sungringer has one leg exposed. That's literally it. And out of every Genshin character's outfit you choose to copy, why Malvika? Because it's very evident and people have been very clear that they don't like Malvika's outfit, so out of every outfit you could pick to copy in Genshin, I still don't know why they settled on Malvika's. And Malvika isn't the only character that Sungringer's design took from. She is actually just a copy of Kiana from Honkai Impact 3, where she is literally the exact same character, except that she has tits. And I wouldn't have a problem with Sungringer's design being a copy of Kiana if they stuck with her original design. Because at least with Sungringer's original design, it doesn't look like a blatant replica of Kiana. Like, yes, they still do look similar, but not as similar compared to the finalized version. And then for the finalized version, they really didn't even try. They really just took Kiana, took Malvika's outfit, put them together, boom, that's what it is. And they also gave her tits, I forgot to mention that. So overall, Sunbringer's design, we were genuinely robbed of her original design. And I think the fact that we have this as the finalized version, again, we do not want this. We don't need this. They should have kept with the original design. And I know there's meant to be 3 Sunbringers, and we already know what 2 of them look like, but I don't have faith in the third one, if I'm going to be completely honest. I'm expecting the third one to look like garbage, but hopefully the third one looks like the original one. But Toyoverse does need to pay for what they did to Sunbringer because it's inexcusable for what they did. And the last thing that I want to show is just what other people think about Sungringer and Remielle, because it's absolutely funny to see what these people think as well. So the first tweet that we have is, who's excited for Yishuan 2 Electric Boogaloo? You can never unsee this now, you're welcome. And I gotta thank this person because I can't unsee this. I just don't even know what to say. I remember when people were talking about how some characters were a blatant copy of Yishuan, and I was like, I could see it, but this one is a literal one-to-one copy of Yishuan as well. So add that to the list of characters that Sungringer's finalized design is copying as well. The next tweet we have is 1.0 character completely outmugs the entirety of 3.x cast simply by being a furry man with mechanical limbs and an eye patch. And this guy's completely right, except for the part where Lycon's design is better than Pyro's. I think Pyro's design is better, but compared to everyone else, Lycon clears every other character here in terms of design, aside from Pyro's. I'm crying. They wanted this to be a cool reveal so bad, but she just walks in looking like a whole mess. Genuinely, can you imagine how cool she'd look if they gave her a more urbanized Arlecchino treatment? I couldn't agree more. Again, they should have just stuck with Sungringer's original design and this would have never been a problem. This one is pretty funny, but from badass to straight up Onoho, you'll find these kind of design in either Oroge or Hentai. And I couldn't agree more. The amount of aura she lost in this cutscene because of whatever BS she's wearing. Like, Sungringer needs to genuinely burn this outfit because of how bad it looks. This is actually the ugliest design I've ever seen. Now, I didn't know people thought this lowly of Remielle's design because she's definitely not the worst character design I've ever seen. There's definitely more that I could think of, but Remielle is definitely down there for sure. Now, this is easily my favorite tweet that I've seen from this whole discourse, but this guy said, "It's crazy how Nikkei, who is known as a Gunner game, has more tasteful designs and fan service than ZZZ." Which is completely facts. Let's be honest for a second, that is completely real, and that has always been the case. Now I'm going to put both images from the tweet up to show just how different and how much better Nikkei's character designs are. Where if we look at Nayuta and Dorothy, besides both these characters just being extremely hot, their designs and their outfits look genuinely good. So even though you could say that these character designs might be Gunner bait, they're not as bad because their outfits, again, look genuinely cool. That's the thing about them. They're both hot and they look cool. That's the thing that Nikkei does best. And also Nikkei has some of the best character designs in Gacha, but we'll save that for another day. Now, if we look at both Yishuan and Remielle, Yishuan's outfit, I don't even think it's that bad. I actually do think Yishuan's outfit is fine. But Remielle's, on the other hand, that is just horrible. Her outfit blatantly looks disgusting. And another thing I find funny is that even though Yishuan released before Nayuta completely gaps and just mocks Yishuan in terms of design. And then for Remielle just looks like a much sluttier version of Dorothy, which I find funny because Dorothy released first. So I think the fact that ZZ tried to copy another character, Dorothy, with this is hilarious. I might find the current Genshin designs boring, but damn, at least none of them look remotely as bad as in ZZZ. It is such a shame because I remember ZZ being praised to have some of the most interesting designs in any Hoyo game. Now, that last part, I do remember hearing people say that a lot, but I feel like that kind of bounced around between HSR and ZZZ. But this tweet isn't really wrong as well. I think it is a little bit crazy how some of the newer Genshin designs are better than some of the newer ZZ designs, but they're both not really by much. They kind of go back and forth. And one thing I do want to add, I don't think Secret's design is actually as bad as people are saying. I actually like Secret's design. I think she has one of the better designs from Season 3. The concept of them doing the fan service bodysuit so poorly that it makes Malvika's outfit look less of a mess in comparison. And again, it's as to what I said earlier. I don't get how ZZ took Malvika's outfit and somehow made it worse. So shout out to the ZZ dev team to continue to shatter and ruin my expectations every time you guys do something. Finally, someone understands it. It's not about the skin, the gooning, or whatever. It's about the lack of creativity. It's about the reuse of multiple outfit lines who are already on multiple other characters. It's about the lack of personality. It's about going the easy way. And that's how I feel towards a good majority of ZZZ characters, not just the Season 3 characters, other characters like Idhari, Lucia. That's how I feel about them as well. So this tweet essentially summarizes what I'm trying to say about both Sungringer and Remielle. This next one is crazy. This one person said Cyrene if she was in a corn game. And this couldn't be any much further from the truth. Like I said again earlier, Remielle is just a sluttier version of both Cyrene and Elysia. And the final tweet that we have is this one person absolutely destroying Remielle's design where they're saying, I'm sorry, but she really does look like a raw chicken in a pink wig. And after I read this, I actually can't unsee it now. And after seeing this tweet, if somebody told me that Remielle has the worst design in all of ZZZ, I don't even think that's crazy to say. And now, those are my thoughts on both Remielle and Sunbringer's finalized designs. I think their original designs were significantly much better than what we got, and I genuinely just have no idea what the ZZ devs were doing when they were redesigning these characters. Like, they had the blueprint right there, then they decided to throw it all away for some garbage. But this is how ZZ has been doing things for a while now, so I don't even know why I keep being surprised by this. But let me know what you guys think of both the Remielle and Sunbringer's finalized designs. Do you guys like their original designs better, or do you like their finalized designs better? Let me know in the comments down below. And with that, thank you for watching the video. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit that bell for when I do upload a new video, and I'll catch you in the next one.